Well, we brought our new dog, Hunter, who we rescued in December, for some basic training and most importantly separation anxiety issues that he has that are pretty severe. He's very well mannered. He seems to have a little bit of training, or is just smart. He reacts well to everything we've sort of showed him so far. Mm-hmm. He is a little standoffish with tall, loud men a lot of times, and sometimes when kids are really excited around him, he gets a little skittish. He's a couple of times he's growled and or barked. Not often, but a couple of times, and it's usually in sort of fear. Mm-hmm. And he's backing up when he does it, like he's kind of backing away from someone and growling, very subtle growling, not anything threatening or terribly aggressive.
Sit. We always have Hunter sit first before we take him out. I step through the front door first. He's kind of sitting kind of far back there. That's okay. Okay. And I'll have him sit right here. This is our routine throughout the day. He goes in and out of this door all day long. So he sits, he waits, we come back and get him. Okay. No pulling through the doorway anymore, no rushing back and forth. We do the same thing on the way in as well when he comes back in. Well, right now we're about to go on a walk out in public, and we'll end up over at Home Depot across the street, and you'll see how calm, just because of the way we start the walk, how calm he is on the walk. And now we're going to show you how we go through the front gate and how we start the walk out there. Sit. And now we're coming out of the gate from my yard. We've already come through the front door. He walked through the yard in training mode. He sits here at this boundary. Okay. Walks through with me calmly without pulling. I'm by myself here, so I'm going to do a little left turn because I have to close the gate. And then this is the way we start our walk every day. Then I come to this curb and I have him sit right here at the curb. And he is anxious. He wants to start his walk, but he knows that he has to get it together, be calm. And of course, we had him sit at a couple of other boundaries before we got here. So the walk starts actually on the inside of the front door when I hook up the leash to his collar. Okay, and he's still in, it's quick before the ice cream truck gets here. He's still in training mode until we cross the street. You see how he's not pulling. And then over here, sit. Ice cream truck is right there. It's going to make him a little bit nervous. And then here, go. And the walk starts now. And because the training started on the inside of my front door when I hooked up the leash to him, we didn't start the walk with him pulling and jumping and getting all excited and rushing through doorways. It started out in a very structured, calm way. And then when we got here, after really the whole process is about 3 minutes of that to get here, and I released him out here in public, he's just so much calmer because of the way we start the walk. And so you want to do this as much as possible whenever you take him out. Just have him sit at boundaries and curbs and gateways, whatever you have. That is so much of the training. And then when you release him, you'll see he'll just be a little bit calmer every time that you do this little routine you just saw us do. Okay, bud. Here we are with Hunter sit in a very public place, just testing his level of, excuse me, you know anything about personal space, ma'am? I know that person. We're just testing his ability to stay in a sit stay with a lot of distractions. Walking, oh yeah, sure. Walking past, noises, things like that happening. Picking another spot to practice his sit stay. It's another busy place here in the store. A lot going on today, lots of carts, lots of noises, as you can hear. Carts going right past us. And we have been practicing his sit stay in a lot of different circumstances. So even when he's a little bit nervous, like he is right now, you can see he'll stay there. He doesn't even want to take a treat when he's kind of nervous, and this would be a little bit more than you'd want to do on a daily basis with him, just because you'd have to take him somewhere. Where you live, there isn't any place this busy, but I just want to show you what he actually can handle now, and he's so much calmer now than he used to be. The first time that we came here, he just couldn't handle this at all, but now he's a lot more stable, he's a lot calmer, and so he can handle this kind of stay with a lot of distractions happening around him. And whenever you're doing this, just make sure that you always release him. Last time I released him, in the last clip, out of a downstay, you saw how I did that. This time, I just patted his chest before and he was free. This time, I'm going to release him to walk with me. So I'm going to pat my leg and say, okay, and we're going to walk. Sit. This is only the second time that I've been here to Home Depot with him. He was really nervous before, and he's so much better now. As you can see, he can stay in a sit stay as people walk past. He's a lot calmer than he was before. Even though he is panting, which shows that he's still a little bit nervous, he's so much more stable than he was before. And as you can see, I said sit once, and he sat there. We don't say stay. So if he were to pop up, I'd just say no, and I would put him back. But I never say stay, because stay is built into sit. We don't have to say stay. And if I say down, he was distracted by some people there, but I helped him just a little bit with my left foot, as you can see. But stay is built into down, so let all these people pass by. I don't think he sees that dog in the card right now. So this is great. All of a sudden it got super busy, but you can see he's got a really good downstay, and it's practicing the stay that will stabilize him more and more as you continue to do things like this. This is a little bit extreme, and you don't have to do this, go to a crazy place like this with carts and dogs and kids and everything. But if you just in whatever way that you're practicing your downstay, whatever circumstance, just make sure that he stays there until you release him. And as you can see, he's not even making a mistake. When he doesn't make a mistake, I'll give him a reward, but I don't think that he wants one now, because when he is nervous, he doesn't want any treats. But as nervous as he is, he's still staying in that downstay, which is really good. But it's very stabilizing to practice these downstays, and always release him. It's best before he makes a mistake. Okay, sit, and always release him from a down, release him up, okay, and then have him sit and release him from a calm sit stay, which is, as you can see what I just did. He got up, I had him sit, and then he pat his chest and say, we'll wait till those people pass by. You pat his chest and say, go, and then he's on free time. Come on, buddy. Okay, bud. Sit. I always have them sit, step over to the new person, give them a little treat. I'll wait till this truck passes by. Send him over to go say hi. Go say hi. We'll take the treat. Usually you can pet him. He's really friendly, of course. Come. We don't ever want him to, then you call him back to come to you. We don't ever want him to jump on people. So every day we do this little greeting routine with a different person, exactly as you see us doing it here. Sit. There's a dog behind us. You just turn to your right, show that dog. It's been jumping, another German Shepherd jumping against the window and splashing around and howling, and he's distracted by that. But that's good to do this. To do this where there's extra distractions just makes it even better, so you can see what he can do if there's a lot going on. Show him to your left now. He really likes Hunter a lot. He wants to get over here. Hunter's doing well though. Go say hi. Goes over, he gets petted. Maybe not take the treat, but he gets petted. Come. Call him back to come to you. Good. So he never jumps on people anymore, even if he's really excited. And that is the purpose of doing this greeting routine with people. Sit. Really works well. Also, you get to practice your sit stay. You have him sit. You already have treats. Yeah. And then also your release command, which is go, send him over. And he gets petted. I'll let you pet him a minute over there. You can take his leash there so he doesn't run off. Just take his leash. There you go. And then you get to practice your come. And he comes back to you. So even practicing this with friends or members of your family whenever you get a chance, it's a great little way to practice this structure and a few of the commands. Sit in a real life situation. We'll do it one more time. And that dog behind us is really creating a lot of noise back there, and that's what Hunter keeps looking at. But it's good to show you that he can also do this even when he's really distracted by something nearby. Go say hi. He doesn't want that treat at all. Come on, bud. Good boy. Good boy. Sit. And there's your greeting routine. Okay. Left circle, all the way around. Sit. Okay. Walk about 10 feet or so. Left circle. Sit. Okay. Left circle. See how my body's doing all the work and there's no pulling? Sit. At the end of that circle, have them sit. I usually do 6 or 8 of these in a row every day when we first start our walk. It's a great exercise to do to slow a dog down that formerly used to pull or still wants to pull. You also have, okay, let me back up here and show you one more other thing. You also have this consecutive sit thing that I do with him every day. Sit. Good. Okay. Sit. Good. Okay. Sit. Good. Okay. Sit. Good boy. So the left circle sit, like you just saw me do, and these consecutive sits. You could do a round of each one and be done in 2 minutes, and those 2 exercises in themselves really help slow the dog down from pulling. And then after you do each one of those, you would just release him by patting his chest, go, and then you'll see that when he's on free time, he's just because you've been doing those exercises, he pulls way less. He gets really used to stopping and sitting and waiting for your permission to walk again. And that turning left in that exercise, when you go left, the dog is drawn back next to you, and he can't pull because you're turning left into him and he won't be pulling. And it's just a great exercise to do to get him used to walking next to you without pulling, and overall just slow him down when he's out in public. So I'd really suggest that if you're going to do any training out on the street or when he's on a leash, do a few of those. Just takes 2 minutes before you do anything else, and then you can go and do your other stuff after that. But these leash walking exercises really help a lot. Okay. Let's go, buddy. Sit. Go to your mat. Down. Good boy. We always start off just very easily. No. Make sure that he waits until you actually put the reward on the mat and withdraw, and then you should take it off the mat after you withdraw. We start off very simply with this exercise with just little down stay where he accepts us walking around him both ways. And of course, anything that he learns on this mat, he will also be doing without the mat. Good at this point, which those situations are in the other clips out in public. And the reason he's got such a good downstay and sit stay out in public now, just after a few weeks, is because of practicing this mat exercise from day one. So this is a very powerful exercise. Teaches him a solid stay in a very short period of time. Hey buddy, look. Good, we have some flies out here today, so he's distracted by bugs. I'll just do one more of these. And even if this is all you do, just practice this walk around downstay like this. It's definitely good. It's definitely a lot better than not doing anything at all. And if you have him in a fenced yard or in the house or someplace that's secure, you can drop the leash and walk farther away. Maybe you should come out this way. There you go. So the next thing is to move farther away. He stays there. Rewarding him. Good. It's very important. The way that you do it is very important. That it's calm. You're not throwing the food down. You're not hyper. You're not rushing. He's not touching your hand, trying to take the reward out of your hand. It's a controlled delivery of the reward, because if you don't do it that way, this is not going to be a calming exercise, and it is good. It's all about the person that's doing it. So make sure that you are calm and you're focused when you do this with him, because he's going to soak up whatever the state of mind is that the person doing this with him is in at that time. So this is a very calming exercise for him, and teaches him a real solid stay, so you can go out of gates like that, come back. There's all kinds of things you can do in your environment. There's a million things that we don't have here that you can do there. Good, but I'm just giving you an example. I'm going to walk over here and go through this gate as well. And of course, if he gets up, which I'm kind of hoping he will make a mistake and get up while we're doing this, you just stay calm and you just put him back. So let's see if I can get him to make a mistake. If you're ever going to try something that you think is difficult for him to handle, before you do it, you remind him down. But I've never tried this, going out both gates before, so maybe this will make him make a mistake. I can show you what to do then. So I'm outside, he can't see me. Hey. Oh, he's doing really well. Well, we've been practicing a lot, so he's got a great downstay, obviously. Good. Good. If he were to get up, say he popped up, he was over there, came to meet me when I came back in, I would say no. I'd open the gate, I'd stay calm, take the leash, step into him, walk him like this. He'd be on my left, of course, walk him back here. Calmly just put him back to my left foot, just apply pressure on the leash. Not say a word, just that one time I said no, go back and do it again. And the second time, because he knows how this game is played, he'd probably stay there, and then he'd get a double reward, because if they make a mistake and then they do it successfully at some point afterwards, after you practice with him, then you want to give him a big reward so he never forgets what he did to get that reward, and then you can move on to the next issue, because usually he'll be able to stay there, and there'll be something else that you need to work on that he does make a mistake with. Good. So that's what you would have done if he had made a mistake. He's really good with this exercise now, and of course we'll practice this at your house as well in a different circumstance, and I'll show you how to do it in person. But when you're going to reward, after you reward him and you're going to take him off the mat, this is the only way he ever leaves off the mat. That's when you come back to get him, you stand back next to him, you say, okay, lead him off the mat, have him sit, and then always release him from a calm sit stay by patting his chest. Go like that, and give him some free time.